Good morning, John. Right now, I'm on a plane to England, so 3 weeks ago I decided to film this video with the full knowledge that America would be in a frenzy over the football of the Super Bowl season. While in the United Kingdom, where I'm headed, they care about as much about hand egg as they do about spices other than salt. Though let's be honest, the portion of people watching this video who care a lot about football probably pretty small, but that doesn't mean that there aren't interesting things to learn. So, welcome to A Nerd's Guide to Football. Since 1 out of every 3 people in America will be spending time watching football this year, the most important and interesting question to me is why? Why is this sport so successful? Why will we be spending a collective 300 million man-hours of time watching the Super Bowl this year when, and this is a shocking statistic, that is the amount of time that it took to create Wikipedia? A recent study found that in the average 2-hour and 54-minute long football televised broadcast, a full hour was advertisements, 75 minutes was football players milling around or setting up for plays, 17 minutes was replays of stuff that had already happened, and the actual gameplay, the amount of time that the ball was in play and the players were playing in a 3-hour-long broadcast of football, was 11 minutes. That other 15 minutes, that time was taken up by station promos and coaches and injured players and celebrations and cheerleaders and stuff. So it's easy to see why people in the rest of the world might be a little bit puzzled by our fascination with this sport in which apparently nothing happens. But as is so often the case, the numbers hold the answers. Football is a game of anticipation. Small bursts of action followed by build-up. Every play, a small victory for one team or another, keeping you engaged. Another reason for football's success is that the games are very often close. More than 50% are decided by single digits, and more than 40% are decided by one scoring opportunity. Indeed, statistically, the most common spread for a football game is 3 points, often decided by a single last-minute field goal. Because of its ability to attract and retain the attention of a human, football has become a bit of an economic powerhouse. And this is also because all those little breaks in play allow opportunities for America's second favorite pastime, being advertised to. And if you think I'm kidding, take a look at this statistic. The average American spends over 500 hours per year watching television advertisements. 12 full-time work weeks per adult per year. Sometimes people ask me how I have time to do so many things, and I tell them, they don't watch TV. It is important to note, however, that a game of football was not the top television broadcast in America of all time. That distinction goes to the series finale of MASH, retaining more than 60% of American households. However, for the very first time last year, Monday Night Football was the top-rated television series in America, breaking an 8-year-long streak from American Idol. All of this success, of course, equals dollars. The most expensive football team in America, that would be the Dallas Cowboys, with a projected worth of more than $2.1 billion. In 2011, they had $226 million of profit. That's more than the Raiders had in revenue. Poor Raiders. Including food and drinks and merchandise, the average cost for an American family of 4 to go to a football game is over $500. For players, of course, all of this means high paychecks. The minimum you can be paid as an NFL player is $300,000 per year, and the top salary of 2011, that was $19 million, going to linebacker Dwight Freeney. That man was born the same year as me, is my height, and weighs exactly 100 pounds more than I do. And his financial advisor was just arrested for embezzling $2 million from him. Brave guy. But all of those high paychecks you may have heard does not lead to financial stability. 78% of football players are broke 2 years after retirement. As for how the actual game functions, there's a ball and you have to get it into the end zone, and there's rules and plays, and it's all very physically impressive and seems quite dangerous. John, I'll see you tomorrow.